Hey, what's up guys? It's Austin here from Royal Highness Python, and in today's video I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks that you can use around your snake room to make your life a lot easier. Before we get into any of that, huge shout out to Python Project, and I believe they're from the Philippines. Super cool, that's so far away, and for them to send me a shirt, that's just awesome. They're definitely not slacking on the back, so go and check them out. And we're gonna get right into this tip video. I have a whole bunch of tips about different things, cleaning, setting up cocoa, and even getting your snakes to eat. So let's get right into this. So for the first tip, I'm gonna show you how I do my cocoa. This is the easiest way I've found. So I have my cocoa block here. I'm gonna get my scissors and just cut off the whole top. Leave the bag around the outside. And you'll see why in a second. So now that we got our top off, I like to go grab a screwdriver, and then I just like to press some holes in it. They're usually really well compressed, so if you get some holes in it, it really spreads it out and allows the water to help it expand a lot easier. And be very careful while you're doing this because it's very easy to hurt yourself. You shouldn't be doing it the way I'm doing it right now. But I have no one recording me, so this is the only way I can do it. So once you stab it a bunch of times, it's going to look a little more expanded like this. And at this point is when you grab your hot water. I have a liter of hot water here. And then I'm going to slowly add this onto the top of this and let it fall to the bottom. And we're going to keep the bag in so that all the water can stay in the bag, and it just helps it expand a little bit better. So let's go do that right now. I'm just going to slowly pour it along the edges. And I don't pour a lot at a time because it will all go to the bottom and it's harder for it to absorb if there's too much water rushing through it. And then I just go back through the little zigzag pattern. And you can already see it starting to expand. So I'm going to add a few more jugs and then we should be good. So after adding the second jug, you can already tell that it expanded a lot and it's already really tight. So I just like to come and make another little cut along each of the sides, just to help it expand that much more. And now it just gives it a little more space for it to expand. And I'm gonna add 1 to 2 more jugs and it should be good. So right now I'm just pouring in the last one. And then we're going to let it sit for about 30 to 40 minutes, break it all up, and it's ready for use. So after you break it up, you'll still have a few dry spots in there, but if you mix it up enough, it should look like this, and you should get all evenly mixed cocoa. That is perfect. So now let's move on to the next tip. So a lot of us use paper towel to clean our snake tubs, wipe up any messes, pick up any dirty spots. But I bet a lot of you just go and use a whole sheet. If you were to go and take your sheet, and if you actually rip it into 2 pieces, you can get a whole lot more out of your roll and use a lot less supplies when cleaning, which will save you time and money because you have to go to the store less to go get more paper. You're using less paper, which saves you money, and you're also helping the environment out a bit. So really big plus and a really good tip. So go and try that out. So for the third tip, it's cleaning related again, but this time it's for the disinfectant. A lot of people use water and soap, and some other people use bleach or even just vinegar and some other stuff. I like to use F10. It's a veterinary disinfectant. You could pick it up pretty much anywhere in Canada, in the States. Not too sure about Europe though, but really good. It's very light scent and it disinfects really well, kills gram-positive and a lot of the gram-negative bacteria, and it's just very good, used by vets. And I'm gonna show you how I mix mine in a spray bottle with some water to get the most out of your F10. So here I got my spray bottle all ready. I got 25 flow ounces or 739 milliliters of water in here. It's just some tap water. And then I'm gonna take my veterinary disinfectant, my F10, and here on the side of the bottle I have a 5 milliliter and a 10 milliliter marker. I fill up to the 5 milliliter marker. If you do not have one of these, you can use a syringe to go and measure 5 milliliters. And then I basically take the cap off and I just go and I pour it directly into the water. And you can see it going in there real nice. Make sure you get all of it in there. There we go. And now I'm just gonna go put the top back on the spray bottle. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. There we go. And then I'm just gonna give it a little shake. And you can see the bubbles coming, and it's pretty much ready to go. You can see the water changed a little bit in color. It's a little bit more yellow, just like the disinfectant is. And you can see I've used quite a lot of this bottle so far. I bought this about 1.5 years ago, and it's just below the halfway mark, so this does last you a very, very long time. And it works very well. Cleans all the gram-positive and gram-negative, well, not all of them, but a really good amount of all the harmful bacteria that will hurt your snakes or your reptiles. You can even use it for dogs and other animals. It says right here, veterinary kennels, stables, catteries. I can't even read this. I don't know what that, cateries, etc. Like, use it at a lot of places, so really cool. The third tip is gonna be to get yourself a bug zapper. So fruit flies are almost inevitable inside of ball python collections or even any snake collection. They like to go and eat the poop, and if you're not cleaning it right after it comes out, you're gonna have fruit flies. So basically, get yourself one of these. It works very well. We use these at Mutation Creation as well, and they work very well. As you can see, we have a bunch of fruit flies that already have been neutralized inside of the trap, and you can pick these up on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description below. Works very well. I've had this for over 1 year, no malfunctions. It works pretty well. You guys probably hear it in some of my videos going off, because at all times you will have some fruit flies or even bigger flies, like one of the ones right there inside of your collection. They get in through the windows outside, and they just thrive inside of your snake collection because they do like to eat the poop and sometimes the urates, and once they get in there, they'll just keep laying eggs and they multiply really fast, and this is the best way to keep them down. I've heard some people say, oh, you could take your cocoa out and switch back to paper. That's a very hard way. I'd rather just use this. It neutralizes the problem very well, and when the lights go out, it's the only thing shining, and it really attracts those fruit flies and gets the problem rid of it. So let's get on to the next tip. So for tip number 4, I'm gonna show you guys how to deal with stuck sheds. Right now, I do not have any snakes that have stuck sheds, but if you did, this is what you would do. So right here we have my dreamsicle male, and I just go and grab an appropriate sized paper towel. Almost dropped it, but I caught it. And basically you want to be able to cover about 50% of the tub, 50 to 60%. And then you're just gonna go take the paper towel, scrunch it up into a ball, dip it in the water a bit, get it all nice and wet, and then you're just gonna go and leave it spread out a bit on the wet side, on the hot side of the tub. So basically it's gonna help the humidity go up a bit and help the snake shed a little better. You could try this with bigger tubs, even tubs like this, but I would probably use a full sheet for a tub this size. But for something small like this, half a sheet, a quarter of a sheet would work fine. Just make sure it's wet enough. I wouldn't wring it out. You should let it be a little wet enough to drip, and you just put it on there. Once again, you're just gonna go and lay it out. Almost got tagged there, but really good way to help raise humidity inside those stubborn tubs that just seem to always get stuck shut. So now let's go and move on to the fifth and final tip. So for the fifth and final tip of this video, I'm going to show you guys something I use to keep my snake room smell down and the air quality up. And that is this right here. It is a 4-inch inline fan, and I have a little 4-inch duct to it, and it's connected to a carbon air filter. And basically the fan spins, it sucks the air through the little filter right here, or through the vent, and then through the filter, and the filter has carbon inside, and it just makes this room smell a lot better. Takes a lot of that toxicity out of the air and the scent. And also we have this little cover here which you can take off and wash, and basically that just stops a lot of the dust that's in the air. It sucks it all up, makes the air quality a lot better. You could probably find this on Amazon, that's where I got this one, or you can go to hydroponic stores and pick up one yourself. On Amazon they have kits, but if you were to buy it separately, it's a little bit cheaper. And you're gonna want to look for one that has a dial on it so you can adjust the speed. This is the fastest speed. It gets quite loud, so I'm not gonna leave it on for the whole video, but I can adjust it to go slower or faster depending on which rate or how much the room smells. So the best thing to do is to go pick one up of these. Not too many people are doing it. It's a really good idea. It helped my room a lot with smell and air quality. There's a lot less dust in the air because of this, and I just need to wash this cover about once every month and and basically it's really good. It cleans the air, and I haven't had any trouble with it. Definitely helped bring down the smell in my room, and that's a big issue for me because I don't have any windows in here, so it is a little bit harder to ventilate, and this was the perfect solution. So I'm gonna put a link down to where you guys can grab something similar to this one in the description, and that's about it. So I hope you like this guy. I hope you guys like this video. Still pulling some billies here, a little bit of mess up, but it's okay. Nothing ever goes smoothly, so hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.